It is remarkably easy to lose $100,000 chasing 1 million. This is a financial anecdote. It is a diagnosis. It is the most reliable symptom of a broken human psychology. It is the clearest signal that you are operating on ego, not on logic. You think this is a math problem. You think, I have 100K, I need 1M. That is a 10X. So you go looking for the vehicle, the right stock, the right piece of crypto, the right business model, the right secret. You are looking for the hack that provides the 10 times return. You are wrong. This is not a math problem. It is a character problem. It is an envy problem. It is an impatience problem. The $100,000 is real. It is tangible. It is the physical result of past discipline, past sacrifice, past work. It is a seed. It is a fortress. It is, for the vast majority of human beings on this planet, a life-altering sum of money. It is 5 years of freedom. It is the ability to say no to a job you despise. It is the buffer between your family and a catastrophe. It is real. The $1 million you are chasing, it's an abstraction. It's a fantasy. It's a number you saw on a screen that you believe incorrectly will fix a part of your character that is unfixable by money. And the how. How do you lose the 100K? That is the easiest part of all. It is so easy, in fact, that it is the default path. It is the path of least resistance. You lose it by trying too hard. You lose it by being impatient. You lose it by being impatient. You lose it by believing you are the exception. You lose it because you confuse calculated risk with rank stupidity. What I am here to discuss is not if you will lose it, but why you are psychologically wired to do so. You are programmed for self-destruction. You are programmed to set fire to your own fortress. And the reason you are programmed this way is because you are, first and foremost, a social animal. And social animals are governed by the most toxic, useless, and corrosive of all human emotions, envy. You do not actually want $1 million. You want to stop feeling poor. And the $100,000 you have, a sum that makes you royalty to 99% of human history, makes you feel poor. Why? Because you looked at your neighbor. You looked at a 22-year-old on social media who allegedly flipped an NFT for 7 figures. You looked at a story, a headline, a glimmer of someone else's alleged success, and you allowed their paper wealth to turn your real wealth into ash. Envy is the only one of the 7 deadly sins that provides the sinner with zero pleasure. It is pure acid. It serves no purpose but to dissolve the container it is in. Your $100,000 was a perfectly good container. It held your future. It held your peace of mind. It held your autonomy. But you let envy drill a hole in the bottom of it. The moment you began the chase, the acid started to leak. The chase for the million is not a pursuit of wealth. It is a flight from a feeling of inadequacy. You are not trying to build. You are trying to skip. You are trying to skip the work, the time, the boredom, and the discipline. The $100,000 represents the reward of past discipline. The $1 million represents the fantasy of future excitement. And you, like every other gambling addict, will trade your reality for a fantasy every single time. The $100,000 is a boring story. I saved for 10 years. I worked a second job. I invested in a simple, broad market index fund. This story does get you applause at a dinner party. It does get you clicks. It does make you feel like a genius. The $1 million chase, however, that's a story. I went all in on this one, obscure coin. I leveraged my entire portfolio. I found the hack that no one else sees. I am smarter than the market. You are addicted to the story of being a genius. You would rather feel like a genius for 1 week while you lose your $100,000. than be a plotter for a decade while you guarantee your financial success. The ego is the enemy, and your ego is telling you that you are smarter than the $100,000, that it is dead money, that you deserve more. Deserve is the most dangerous word in finance. It has nothing to do with it. The market is not a moral arbiter. It is a machine. It is a relentless psychological mirror. It does not care about your feelings, your hard work, your story, or what you deserve. It cares only about two things, mathematics and behavior. You have already failed the behavior, and because you failed the behavior, you are about to fail the math. This is the core of the problem. You are trying to do something that is mathematically absurd. You are taking an asymmetrical bet against yourself to protect $100,000. You only need to make average decisions. You need to avoid ruin. You just need to not be stupid. You just need to let time and compounding do the work to turn $100,000 into $1 million quickly. And the quickly is the part that guarantees the loss. You must be extraordinarily intelligent, or, more likely, extraordinarily lucky. And here is the truth you refuse to accept. You are not that intelligent, and you are not that lucky. If you were that intelligent, you would understand the first rule of compounding. The man who has $100,000 that he does lose will beat the man who makes $1 million and loses it all. Every single time. The game is not about the spectacular up. The game is about not going to zero. The $100,000 is your fortress. It is your zero firewall. It is the money that guarantees you get to keep playing the game. The chase for the $1 million is the act of dismantling your own fortress, brick by brick, to hurl at a target you can even see. How is the $100,000 mechanically lost? It's not by investing. It is by gambling while calling it investing. You lose it first by concentration. You decide that diversification is for idiots, that plotters diversify, that geniuses focus, that the path to riches is to find one thing and go all in. So you find one thing, one stock, one project, one idea, and you put all $100,000 into it. You have now made your entire financial survival dependent on one single variable that you do not and cannot control. This is the definition of fragility. A single bad earnings report, a single regulatory change, a single new competitor, a single hack, a single tweet from a person of influence, any one of these things, and you are finished. You have gone to zero, or you lose it by the second. And more common killer, leverage. You think, my $100,000 isn't enough to make real money. It's too slow, so you borrow. You use margin, you use futures, you use instruments designed by geniuses to extract money from fools. You now take your $100,000 and control $1 million worth of an asset. You have 10 to -1 leverage. You do the genius math. If this asset goes up 10%, I've doubled my money. I've made $100,000. You have conveniently, or perhaps deliberately, ignored the inversion. What if it goes down 10%? If it goes down 10%, you are at zero. You are liquidated. Your $100,000 is gone. Not in a year, not in a month. It is gone in an hour. A 10% move. A 10% move is not a black swan. It is not a catastrophe. A 10% move is Tuesday. It is a normal market function. It is volatility. It is the cost of admission. But you, in your chase for the $1 million, turned a normal survivable, boring event, a 10% dip, into a ruin event. This is how it happens. You don't lose the $100,000. You are liquidated out of it. It is taken from you by the system because you exposed your entire financial life to a margin call. You have failed the first rule given by the oracle. All I want to know is where I am going to die, so I'll never go there. We know where you will die. You will die at the margin call. You will die from concentration. You will die from illiquidity. So why do you go there? You go there because you have a disease, the disease of impatience. The $100,000 will become $1 million. The math is guaranteed. If you get a modest, boring 7% return, it will double every 10 years. It will be $200,000, then $400,000, then $800,000, then $1.6 million. The only ingredient required is the one you do not have. Time. You do not want $1 million in 30 or 40 years. You want it now. You want it by Christmas. Why? Back to the diagnosis. Envy, ego. You need to prove something. You need to show them. Whoever they are, this impatience is a tax. It is the impatience tax. The market is a device for transferring money from the impatient to the patient, and you are eagerly, desperately signing up to pay the tax. You think you are an investor. You are not. You are prey. You are the prey for the people selling systems, the people selling signals, the people selling the 1,000 times coin. They sell you the speed, they sell you the fantasy, and you buy it using your real $100,000. You are like a farmer who has a single healthy seed, the $100,000. He could plant it, water it, and wait for the harvest. It's slow, it's boring, it's work. Instead, he trades the seed to a man who promises to give him a picture of a full-grown tree tomorrow. You are trading the substance for the hype and the hype. Mongers, they love you. You are their exit liquidity. When you buy into their guaranteed $1 million project, who do you think is selling? The people who got in when it was worth $1. The founders, the venture capitalists. You are the final fool. You are the greater fool who buys at the top, holding the bag, fueled by the fantasy of $1 million, while the smart money, the patient money, cashes out your $100,000. You didn't lose it. It was taken from you willingly. You paid them to take it from you because the story they told was more appealing than the reality you possessed. This brings us to the most important philosophical failure, the most profound error in your thinking. It is the inability to define one single critical word: enough. What is enough? The person who has $100,000 and is miserable will be the person who has $1 million and is miserable. This is the great paradox. The $100,000, if you understood its power, is enough. It is enough to sleep at night. It is enough to walk away from a bad situation. It is enough to be free, but you don't use it for freedom. You use it as tinder. You use it as collateral for a new, more expensive cage. You think the $1 million will be the end. If I just get to $1 million, I'll stop. I'll be safe. I'll be happy. This is the most potent lie you tell yourself. The behavior that leads you to risk $100,000 to get to $1 million is the exact same behavior that will lead you to risk $1 million to get to $10 million. The goalpost always moves. You are on a hedonic treadmill. You are running, sweating, and staying in the exact same place emotionally. The person who gets to $1 million through this hyper-aggressive, leveraged, impatient chase is not the kind of person who stops at $1 million. The very act of winning the bet reinforces the behavior. If you do get lucky, if you defy the odds and turn the $100 K into $1 million, you are now more dangerous to yourself than you were before. You believe you are a genius. You believe you cracked the code. You believe you are untouchable. So what do? You do it again. You take your $1 million and you chase $10 million. And you will do it and do it and do it until the one time the math works against you. The one time the 10% dip happens and you will be liquidated. You will not lose $100,000. You will lose everything. You will end up back at zero. The market is a master of humility. It will find your weakness and it will exploit it. And your weakness is that you have no off switch. You have no definition of enough. The person who defines enough wins. The person who says, this $100,000 is my freedom. I will protect it. I will grow it slowly. I will not risk what I have and need for what I don't have and don't need. That person is invincible. You are not. You are chasing the $1 million because you believe it is a destination, a finish line. It is not. It is just a new zero. The entire get-rich-quick industry is built on this fallacy. It is built on selling you a destination of $1 million. But the real money, the old money, the patient money, they know the secret. The secret is that wealth is not a number. Wealth is time. Wealth is options. Wealth is the ability to wake up in the morning and say, I can do whatever I want today. Your $100,000 already gives you that. In small measure, it gives you a taste of that freedom. It is the down payment on a life of autonomy. And you are trying to trade it. You are trading your autonomy for a chance at a bigger number that will only buy you more anxiety. This is the stupidity. It is not that you are bad at math. It is that you are bad at life. You are bad at understanding what actually makes a human being content. You are looking for the answer in a brokerage account when the answer is in the mirror. The answer is to kill the envy. The answer is to cultivate patience. The answer is to build a firewall against your own worst impulses. The $100,000 is a test. It is a test of character. It is the market asking you, are you a plotter who will become wealthy, or are you a genius who will go to zero? And almost every single time the human being fails the test. The how is simple. The how is leverage. The how is concentration. The how is buying the hype. The why is what is interesting. The why is that you have been tricked. You have been tricked by your own biology. Tricked by your own ego, tricked by a society that celebrates the appearance of wealth, but knows nothing of actual wealth. Actual wealth is quiet. It is boring. It is boring. It is an index fund. It is a paid-off house. It is enough. The $1 million chase is loud. It is stressful. It is a story. It is a gambling chip. The $100,000 is a shield. The $1 million you are chasing is a sword, and you, in your infinite foolishness, are dropping your shield so you can bet on a sword that you don't even know how to hold. You will fall on it. This is the path. This is the mechanism. It is not if it will happen. It is when the easy part of losing the $100,000 is that all you have to do is be yourself. All you have to do is follow your natural, flawed human instincts. Be impatient, be greedy, be envious, be ego-driven. That is the path of least resistance. It is a gravitational pull toward zero. The hard part, the unnatural part, is to invert, to be patient when everyone is frantic, to be diversified when everyone is all in, to be skeptical when everyone is euphoric, to say I have enough when everyone is screaming for more. This is the real work. The $1 million is a distraction. The $100,000 is the tool. The real goal is not to get the $1 million. The real goal is to become the person who does need to chase it. The person who protects his $100,000 is richer than the man who has $1 million, but is terrified of losing it. The $100,000 is peace. The chase is anxiety. You are actively, willingly choosing to trade peace for anxiety. It is a sucker-s game, and you are the sucker. The illusion is that you are in control, that you are making the decision to take the risk. You are not. Your ego is making the decision. Your envy is making the decision. You are a puppet, and your impulses are the strings. The only way to win is to cut the strings, to look at the $100,000 and see it not as a failure. It is not $1 million, but as a victory. It is a victory over debt, a victory over zero, a victory over the daily paycheck to paycheck grind. It is the first fortress, and your one job is to not let the enemy in. And the enemy is you, the how is you, the why is you. You will lose the $100,000 because you fundamentally have not done the work to deserve it. You did the work to earn it. You did not do the work to keep it. Keeping money is a different skill than earning it. Earning it requires action, hustle, sales. Keeping it requires inaction. It requires patience. It requires discipline. It requires skepticism. It requires you to be a plodder. And your ego would rather die. It would rather go to zero than be a plodder. So you will go to zero. It is easy. It is as easy as breathing. You will chase the $1 million, and in doing so, you will guarantee you never ever get there. The real million, the real wealth, is mastering the psychology. It is recognizing the chase is the trap. It is understanding that the $100,000, that is the prize. That is the thing to be guarded. This is the hard work. This is the discussion we should be having. Not what coin, not what stock, but how do I build the firewall against my own stupidity? Let's talk about the nature of this stupidity. It is not just about greed. It is about a misunderstanding of reality. You misunderstand the nature of time. You think time is an enemy. You think it is something to be beaten. I will get rich faster. You cannot beat time. Time is the medium in which wealth grows. It is the soil. Compounding is the seed. You are trying to hack the seed by pulling on the sprout. You will not get a tree. You will get a dead plant. The $100,000 plus 30 years of boredom equals $1 million. The $100,000 plus 30 days of excitement equals $0. You are choosing the excitement. You are choosing the story. You are choosing to be the protagonist of a drama. The problem is that the market turns all dramatic protagonists into tragic heroes. The one who risked it all loses it all. The person who wins is the boring character, the side character, the one who just buys the index fund every month and turns off the television. You hate this. You hate being boring. Your ego cannot stand being boring. Your ego wants the story. Let's examine this sickness, the addiction to the story. You would rather tell people you are all in on a high-risk venture than be the person who is quietly building. Why? Because the story gets you social status today. It gets you attention. It makes you interesting. I am developing a new crypto protocol. I am trading options. I leveraged my house to buy this new AI stock. These are stories. They create an aura of being a player, a visionary, a risk taker. Compare that to the story of the $100,000. I am patiently letting my money grow in a diversified, low-cost fund. This story is boring. It gets you zero social status. So you are paying for status. You are paying for a story. And the price you are paying is your $100,000. You are not making a financial calculation. You are making a social calculation. You are willing to go broke, as long as you look rich and smart on the way down. This is the definition of a fool. Someone who values the opinion of others, who he does to even respect over his own financial security. This is the mimetic trap. You don't even want the $1 million. You want it because other people want it. Your desire is not your own. It is a copy of someone else's desire. You see them chasing the $1 million. So you must too. The $100,000 is your wealth. It is personal. It solves your problems. The $1 million is social wealth. It is a relative number. It is designed to make you look good in comparison to others. The moment you start comparing, you have lost. You have handed the keys to your emotional state to strangers on the internet. The only winning move is to stop playing the social game, to make your wealth personal again. What does this $100,000 do for you? Not for your image, not for your story. For you, it buys you sleep. It buys you time with your family. It buys you the ability to think. You are trading thinking time for anxiety time. You are trading sleep for checking your phone at 3 a.m. You are, in short, insane. Let's deepen this. Let's talk about the paradox of comfort. The $100,000 buys comfort. It is a buffer for the first time. Maybe in your life you are not living paycheck to paycheck. You are comfortable. And what does comfort breed? It breeds boredom. Boredom is the great enemy of wealth. When smart people get bored, they do stupid things. They tinker, they optimize, they take a shot. Your $100,000 sitting boringly in a safe account offends you. It is not working hard enough. You are not doing anything. You have confused action with progress. In investing, inaction is progress. Patience is the action, but you can't stand it. The comfort has made you soft. You need excitement. You need a new problem, so you create one. You create the problem of turning $100K into $1 million. This problem is a luxury. It is a comfort-born problem. The man with $0 does not have this problem. His problem is food. His problem is rent. You have solved those problems, and in solving them, you have revealed a new, deeper flaw. Your inability to sit still, your inability to be content. The $100,000 is the trigger for its own destruction, because it gives you the comfort and the boredom to start gambling. The man with $1,000, he cannot gamble it, he needs it. You with $100,000, you could just not gamble it, but you feel you can. You can afford to lose a little. This is the lie. I'll just risk $20K of it. Then the $20K is gone. I have to make that $20K back. I'll risk $40K this time on a safer bet. Now $60K is gone. Now you are in panic mode. You are in revenge trading mode. You are no longer investing. You are not even gambling. You are flailing. I have to get back to $100K. I'll take the last $40K and put it on this 3 to -1 bet. And 0, it didn't happen in 1. All in move. It happened in a series of small stupidities, fueled by the boredom that your $100,000 of comfort gave you. This is the asymmetry of ruin. It took you 10 years, 20,000 hours of work to build that $100,000. It took you 10 minutes, one leveraged trade, one all-in click, to lose it all. The construction of wealth is slow, linear, and boring. The destruction of wealth is fast, exponential, and exciting. You must understand this asymmetry. You are playing a game where the defense is 10 times more important than the offense. The person with $100,000, his only job is defense. Protect the $100,000. Let time play offense. But you want to be the hero. You want to play offense. You took your goalie, your $100,000, and sent him to play striker. And now your net is open. One-click margin call. 0. You have misunderstood the nature of 0. You think 0 is just $0. You think, if I lose it all, I am back where I started. This is the most naive, childish, and dangerous assumption of all. You are not back at zero. You are at -0. First, you are at zero plus the time you lost. The 10 years it took you to build it, gone. You cannot get that back. You are now 10 years older, starting again from scratch. Second, you are at zero plus the debt. If you used leverage, a margin call can and will put you in debt. You will not be at $0. You will be at -$50,000. You will owe money. You will be worse than broke. Third, and most importantly, you are at zero plus the shame, the psychological scar, the trauma of having had freedom and having set it on fire with your own 2 hands. This psychological -0 is what destroys people. It leads to depression, to broken families, to desperation. You are not risking $100,000. You are risking everything. You are risking your past and your future, all for the story of chasing $1 million. This is the trade. This is the stupidity. It is easy to lose the $100,000 because it is easy to be a human. It is easy to be envious. It is easy to be impatient. It is easy to be bored. It is easy to be egotistical. The hard thing is to build the system, the firewall against your own impulses. The firewall is boring. It is an automatic investment. It is a do not touch account. It is a rule. I will not use leverage. I will not concentrate more than 5%. I will not check the price. You must build this character before you get the $100,000. If you haven't, the $100,000 will simply reveal your weakness. It will find the flaw in your character and exploit it. The money is just a magnifying glass. If you are impatient, it will magnify your impatience. If you are envious, it will magnify your envy. It will not solve your problems. It will create new ones. The $1 million you are chasing, it is a bigger magnifying glass. It will only make the problem worse. The only win is to stop the chase. The only win is to look at the $100,000 and for the first time say, this is enough. This is the win. I will protect this win. The moment you do that, you have broken the spell. You have cut the strings. You have taken yourself out of the sucker S game. You have, in short, become actually wealthy. Wealth is not the $1 million. Wealth is the discipline to not lose the $100,000. That is the test. And most, they will fail. It is, after all, remarkably easy. This is the hard truth. This is the signal. What is your firewall? Let me know in the comments how you are building the system to protect yourself from your own worst impulses. If this discussion helped you identify the real enemy, the enemy within, share it. Give it a like. The algorithm feeds on stories. Let's see if it can handle the truth. The work of building that firewall is all that matters. Continue your journey by watching the video that appears on your screen now.